So we had come to protect the town, I believe, last time we were on the plane.
Yep, you all investigated some attacks for a town, which led you into a cave where you fought
Oh, that's right, yes.
a small horde of dreg. After you crushing the skulls of all the dreg lying around you, you investigate and find the only thing that was on the person, aside from crudely made knives. You look around for bits of ammunition, but all you can find is spent casings they used on you, which probably means they used them all before engaging melee. Doing a couple of laps through the caverns, you managed to find a couple of loose dreg who immediately attack on sight, and you easily dispatch them, or quickly disappear off into the cavern. Obviously never been seen again, once it's around, it's pretty weak. Did anyone else want to search a bit more? Martin, if you wanted to look around for any loot too. Yep, looking around a bit, or you can find just remains of animals and carcasses, which probably used for feeding, and everything else is like just rock and bedding.
What's in here?
Looking around a bit, you can surmise that this is probably where their sleeping quarters, I guess. Looking around a bit, anything you could find seems to be really sharpened rocks, knives, what seems to be rings or something that you saw the drag pierce into their bodies. But looking around, you do see, in really good condition, a fine leather backpack. Argus the Oberon seems to have an knack of finding sharp and pointy things. It does happen to find what looks to be a rather well decorated silver toothpick.
So this cave goes, just keep going back further, I'm assuming?
It goes down deeper, more slanted.
I'm guessing we look down and say, yeah, that's not good.
What about this area?
When you look through that area, you do find very small, river or pond stream in a, what's it called in a cave? Looking through, it's just mostly empty. Nothing but fallen rocks.
I just keep going out then.
What about this cave?
That actually leads up over the whole of cavern areas to an exit.
Ah.
It's one of the 4 entrances you saw at the start.
So we pretty much clear this place out?
Yep.
Well, we'll take some time then to recover, and then we'll go back down.
So are we travelling back to the base, or?
Yep. No, not back yet, but you haven't been paid yet.
Yeah.
Go home if you want.
Pass.
So 2 more hours. Was it 2 hours? 2 hours before you return to Zachary Newport. He still seems to be beaten up about losing his wife, but he is waiting to hear your report.
So, do you want to be honest? I let him know that their numbers have been crippled to a point that they shouldn't be attacking anymore. There are scattering of them. They're not totally wiped out, but I don't believe it's going to be anytime soon before they attack.
Yeah, they're dragged until they get like a battle master or whatever, like a leader. They a raid master. They probably won't be causing any more trouble.
Yeah, we've hit them at their strongest point and defeated them. So,
If you want, we could try sealing up the entrances with some explosives. Like quite slowly down the fiction flame as well. But I'm not sure what you would use for it because we don't have anything there.
Zachary does mention that for boulder clearing and at times tree clearing, they've got plenty of remaining explosions remaining in the back.
we can certainly let them know where the entrances are that we've found.
Well, we've come here, we've defended these guys. We need some time to rest.
Yeah, we've stopped the raids. Technically, that's to prevent the raids, so that might be something else.
I don't want to be evacuated their holes to make sure
Yeah, go for it. They might have something a bit more permanent that takes a bit longer.
Well, regardless, he is very grateful and thanks you for your service before he goes back to wallowing in misery.
Excellent.
You're not a cheerful.
Exploding stuff. Oh, it's cheap now.
Sure, blind stuff up's always great, but no, something more long term.
Are you offering your services?
I'm offering to have a little chat to them about mental.
I'm not sure what to do like that.
Mental full protect. We're not getting protected twice.
No, I don't believe you shouldn't speak to me about now.
It's something for him to consider. I'll just let it fly.
I thought you were offering your services.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
Right,
I can
you are quite
counselling service.
Yeah, quite pretty well.
Just like a brochure under the front door.
Yeah. If you're in need or life has got you down, or you're questioning life in general, come and speak to our representative.
I guess we'll make you camp for the night and try and rest.
That's it. Don't you want to go back home?
Yeah, how
It's
late?
hours, there, and it's already night time. Everyone's really messed up.
It's not my time. It's still in the afternoon, I think.
That's it. If we rest the initial physique, that's about an hour, isn't it?
No, patrol rest is like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so Rob can rest while we're conversing with the farmer, and we just look at heading off. He's got to rest on the train on the way home.
We're not going on the train.
Or the carriage.
Yeah, you borrowed one.
Yes. Rented a wagon and a horse.
And you won't get your money back until you return it. That's what are your plans?
Alright, if you want to push on it, we'll head back to the city.
Alright, oh yeah, we got paid, didn't we?
Nope.
Oh yeah. Why don't we talk to him about that?
I was wondering when Tom was going to catch one.
You're the man talking to him. Get back to him.
He's really distraught, arguing why you weren't here yesterday to stop everything from happening.
We wish we could, we just couldn't be in everywhere, all the places at once. As it is, we've still got another task to do that we have let delay 2 days. So that it still hasn't degraded too much.
He seemed reluctant to even consider paying you. You can easily push him for it, but be careful which direction you go through.
I just want to, I believe, not going to aim for a lot, just what I believe is considered fair.
I think I told you the initial amount was like 400.
I'll say, well, it is a tragedy that you lost your wife. We would have liked to have been there sooner, so
Let's give me an interrogation check.
I want to show some etiquette at least. Try not to offend.
Yeah.
20?
Yes, I don't care what we're looking at. How do you boost that?
Right, that's 654 and my intelligence is 5.
Yeah, but it was usually 2 dice. So
Oh, it's 2 dice. Oh. Much better. 8.
8.
Who's getting punched?
Maybe your friend will want to help you with this.
So, the offered rate was 400. I think we should just ask what's fair. Do you want to assist in the negotiations? I'm apparently having difficulty expressing myself. Can I make an etiquette check just to make sure that he doesn't get offended? Or I
No. You're already offended enough. No, you haven't offended him, but he doesn't seem to be budging.
Sorry, so
He's just really distraught. He doesn't feel like pain. He doesn't feel like you helped him enough. Mostly because he lost his wife.
I understand your loss, but 2 men nearly died today defending this town. That were hired. They don't even live here.
Make me an interrogation roll.
Anytime soon.
That is just straight intelligence, so that is 15.
After Dwarf in the huge hulking armor has a pep talk with him, he eventually relents and admits that yes, the agreement was 400, and even if you weren't here on the first day, that was the agreement, and he gives up 400 to the Dwarf.
Do you feel any compensation is in order because he's not told?
Damn, I can't help that. Honestly, I can't. Jumps were put forwards, there was no listing of which needs to be done first, there was no priority, these people are going to die right now.
Yeah, that's the entire point of how I designed it.
So, I can't do that, it's not fair, it can't.
There's no reviving in this game.
Yeah, well, that's the point. So you believe it is fair that you get paid for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel for him.
Yeah.
We had a job to do. I mean, some of us nearly got dead doing that job.
Over.
Yep, I'm on his side.
As much as I feel for the man's loss, I can't.
I'll have a look, see if I've got a different flight from then off, so I can have another one.
Alright, so you're all packing up, jumping into the cart, and heading off.
I say a prayer to him.
You could have given one of the men lieutenants.
Keep your religiosity to yourself.
Religion's there to be shared.
These people are just not appreciating us.
You should probably write down lieutenant at some point too.
Yeah, I remember flipping that. Have a look at
There
it.
is no God above men off. There is no labour unenduring in a name men off. There is no pain unbearable in a name men off. There is no fear unassailable with faith in men off. There is no object that can't be given up to men off. There is no word other than the word of men off. There is no end. There is a place for all of us at the feet of men off. The last one probably could have been a good pattern. So you all pile in, and who's driving? Dwarf is driving. Nothing is easy. With a mighty crack of the whips, or the what are they called? No, the rope you use to control. What am I forgetting what this?
Yeah, bridle.
Yeah, right.
Bridle. Okay. The crack of the bridle, the horse pulls along the trolley. As you all leave the farm behind, and you all do notice that Argus the Ogrom is playfully picking at a toothpick.
This might actually be a part of something.
Maybe it's a family heirloom, and you just nicked it. Maybe it belongs to the farmer, and that would mean an instant success if you just gave it back to him.
No, we didn't know that. It's fine.
Oh well. So a couple of hours pass by.
Yeah, the Ogren had it. It was playing with it and they kept him quiet.
it glistens in the sunlight. You return the horse and cart and get your deposit back. You return to your guild hall, report to Cassandra where she praises you all for a job well done, or chastising Argus for being so reckless and almost dying, and Rob doesn't need to know that. He takes gold and gives you all your 10% cut,
Which is how much, sir?
40 gold each. And that's mission complete. Achievement unlocked. Overall percent increased by 0.01%. So you now have downtime for the rest of the night. What you all gonna do?
I'm gonna down my arm.
Restock my alchemical stuff.
Yep, and I assume you want to roll for it. Maybe it's like target 14.
Yeah, I've got fast cooked.
Yeah, fast cook.
Craft that at half the time.
You're busy for the next 2 hours?
And I was considering visiting church. Why? What's up?
Good man. So I hit the late night scrap metal yard and get some scrap metal, and then spend the next 2 hours repairing my suit.
Rob went to the bar to drink off his wounds.
Yeah, alcohol rub.
I think they call it an alcohol rub in insurance.
No, it's more case of bottle rum, splashed on, rum rub. Yeah, it's more of a fail drink.
And I assume in your extra spare time, you just went to the church and re-established your connections.
Yep, and I put a 10% tithe down with you. So I donate more gold pieces to their worthy causes.
And Rob's donating to the local brewery. Unless you all want to do something else, I assume you're all packing up, going resting for the night, and waking up for the next mission.
Currently, we're heading out to kill bog trucks. Well, we're there.
Yeah. Head along the coastline to a fishing village to deal with bog frogs. Speak to Gabriel Moonscar. So as you all get ready to set out, Rob, or rather Argus, comes stumbling in and he's laughing his ass off. When you ask him about it, he says he bumped into a couple of birds at the bar last night who told him what, in case you all remember, a rival mercenary company was going to deal with it yesterday. And apparently they came back with their tail between their legs. One or two could go speak to the mercenary crew to get some kind of intel.
That's probably a good idea. They might also tell us that it's fine.
No, it's in that told report that to things and you file and it's that.
Alright.
We just kill everything and take their stuff.
Yeah, I might have trouble on the first one.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Did you increase your B by 1, Rob?
No?
Did you increase your XP by 1?
You Yes.
Okay.
I suppose we shall go and see the mercenary company first.
That makes a lot of sense.
Only after we finish covering them for
Well, you don't know where they are, so you need to do a streetwise perception roll.
That is a 12.
And everyone else can increase it by 1 if they participate with you.
I'm happy to assist.
One of the streets.
Yeah. For 8, 9, 10.
Well, he's assisting him, so 13, it took you a bit of time, but you managed to track him down to their store.
Remember that one?
Store called Crimson Shield. And you sure you can walk in with your armor?
No, I'm not going to I'll
That's actually how it works. It's a key, but
no one else can use it. Unless they're on it.
they have your key.
And have a key.
Well, but then if you come back out, you'll be up on Cineblocks. Damn it, they took my wheels!
What was that? Or
She's never coming down to Detroit.
it's been planned.
Yes.
He's come and collect your cube.
You have 10 minutes to cook.
Yeah, no, I won't let my other.
You go through the front door to find a small receptionist, reception area, and ask what purpose is your visit.
We heard that some of your crew went down to Bogtrop Town recently and came back last night and they got very good condition. We were wondering if maybe, seeing as we were going in that direction, they had any kind of things.
Whip it up!
It's hard now.
She seems a bit reluctant and a bit confused because they're currently occupied at the moment. Is there an emergency?
Surgeon, because we're going to be heading that way shortly. It'd be helpful if there was any information we could gather on the area before we get it.
Your mum is an emergency.
Go about that.
So all of you will probably want to try an interrogation, well I'm pretty sure Argus will want to try the seduction.
Definitely. Seduction.
Try seduction. Oh.
That's any stat you want to try if it makes sense.
He does the Terry Crews back dance.
Old Spice! I'm a horse.
Apparently he
One
does.
thing's wonderful, the other one sucks.
14?
Well, she seems a bit disgusted by the huge offering, considering she's not even on the same species.
Hello there.
I don't know.
She does say, they are currently busy, but... And she, pulls out a tiny purse and opens it and goes, maybe there is a reason why they need to speak to you guys.
She's ready for the puzzle.
I thought there was money in it for us.
I'm going to tell him, yeah, there's no money there for us. Donation to the
Exactly, there is no money for you.
This is how it works. Give me money and things don't happen.
There might be justification for this because they have suffered to gain information, so
She's asking for a bribe.
yeah.
I'm totally aware of this. but Argus is.
I don't recognise the right. It's always payment for service.
You, me, back of the lorry.
Come in, take off your shirt and rub your face in front of her.
Or upstairs.
You don't try to get money off her.
No, this is all scores. I'm already out of the building.
So unless you actually want to drop something in her purse, that's like
Rob, put it back.
Damn it!
That's what I say. Just step back in the deposit.
No, well,
How big of a deposit does she want?
I've heard that they came back rather beaten up from the log drops.
I'm careful of the elephant.
There's an idea. These people sure want to do some of your stuff.
Well, that's obvious. Pamphlets going in that purse straight away.
I'll be generous. Put a shell.
No, but I can see that the information they provide.
You got a bribe, I can bribe her.
I thought 5 gold. That's
you guys like now.
Huh?
You guys like now.
Oh, we knew. I told it.
seems more annoyed than happy, but takes $5 and says, I'll see what I can do. She leads to the back when...
So, just a random question. What time do you knock off tonight?
She ignores you.
What time do you guys close?
Several moments later, Human comes back through the reception. He seems a bit benched up, but he's still wearing his clothes, which is like a long black coat, fancy dress. He's got long, straight black hair that he seems to talk with like a minor posh accent. He goes, yes, what do you want?
I mean, I bought some bands from Plan B in Edmonds.
Can we think about maybe changing our name to Plan B or something else?
Well, the 18th would stay.
Yeah, but
Plan B is always Plan A with lots of many explosives. What do you want?
yeah, we don't have that many explosives yet.
And it suits this moment really well. I see that the first group failed, time to call it Plan B.
So, and then
No, that went over my head. I don't
So what do you want? He said, increasingly agitated.
Just wait. We'll get you losers in a second. So we're stuck on this Plan B, right? We are being.
we're wondering if there's any information you can share with us about playing them.
That looks that way. I've already done 2 questions.
And why should I share anything with you?
Mutual cooperation?
I don't see anything in it for me.
Got your asses.
You sure there's something needed from us? We're happy to share.
laughed.
You can't just sell promises and dreams.
Why not?
What's he do all the time?
That's like the basic source of religion, mate. So I'm not right religion.
It's a very good pamphlet. I recommend reading it.
Yeah, for us, maybe.
The pictures are really nice.
Has it got pictures?
Yeah.
Everyone,
See, look, someone's getting smoke on page 2.
I'm not here to make trouble with the other version,
I know, but everyone's talking everything. And what exactly can you offer for me?
Well, we didn't get $5.
$20 an hour in the future. Maybe we have information on something we've done in the future you might need. Something worth helping and sharing with each other. For a very wonderful 16.
Well, I don't suppose a bit of information won't hurt. Still need to actually see.
This is true.
Height wise, it goes like that.
It's very simple. We went and talked to the bog troll group in the fishing village, and they immediately attacked us. The only information I can give you is that they are a cowardly, violent lot who will immediately strike you down if you turn your back.
We'll turn it back. I don't turn it back.
They hid along the river and waited until we got close before they ambushed us. We were severely outnumbered and had to retreat.
Let's not retreat.
Retreat now.
They retreated. We're not retreating.
Simple. We did
Tactical training instead.
we had a tactical retreat, and they remained in the river.
They remain forever.
Bog troll.
So they ambushed you before you could speak with them, or?
It's not exactly a retreat.
Well,
That's where they live, probably.
an ambush can happen during a discussion.
How do you get ambushed? Even they're in the
We're
water.
not really practice that.
Oh, but they're in the water, so you can't really be ambushed.
You hide behind the lead, and then they're not looking, you leap out and you stay.
Yeah, I really don't scale as a contact to me.
If you know they're in the water, how can you be ambushed?
Gabriel Moonscale was a contact to
Yeah, I know that. But
place.
Yeah.
I
if
asked
you get to the water, you know you're going to be
Is he
ambushed.
still
So how
alive,
do
do
you
you
get
know?
ambushed if you know you're getting ambushed? Doesn't make sense.
Yes, as far as I know, the bog trog is in touch the village.
It's circular logic. Round.
I wonder if they have an agreement.
We get using that. Alright, that's actually very helpful. Right, I shall thank you for the stuff.
He just immediately steps back and returns into the shop. Plays the business.
Yeah, that's fine. He's got things to do, stuff to look after. Nothing to worry about.
We've got things to do as well.
People to run away from.
Hey, if we're getting messed up, I'll order us to run away. So they got into
No, so along the coastline is where the fishing village is.
Yeah.
But you don't know any more details except a river was involved.
Why is your river involved?
They want to sort of try and stay inlandish and make a sort of a perpendicular path to the fishing village if possible.
You sure he's not confused? bumped his head through his
Sprung your semi. You knocks the head.
Is there someone we can tell we can go to see a map?
No.
This is when we look at the map in general. Everyone's got a map.
Excellent. What about?
I have the map.
Yep, after several hours of travel, you keep an eye on any crossing rivers or even on the coastline for any movement. The only thing you do see what looks to be a razor ball just sniffing around bushes on the side of the road.
No. We don't want
Bacon.
You want bacon?
What's your job to do?
Don't you already have bacon?
This one's
Rat bacon.
Rats on the stick from the other day.
Yeah, that's the extra bacon. Everything goes with bacon. Bacon goes with bacon.
Using a gun, really?
Whiskey goes with bacon. What do you mean using a gun?
Kill a razor ball with their hands.
And I've got a battle cannon, I'll cook it at the same time.
Just kidding.
You want to take a shot?
Oh, get your trusty there, go run in there and grab it.
Go all the way back.
You're going your bacon?
Yep.
Okay. Hang on. After a bit of travelling, look behind you and see a razor ball just following you, sniffing the ground and air.
See how you were, you didn't kill it. How did this? You have a good pet.
Oh, can you get it?
Does that mean I can cut off what I want?
No, it's a pet. That's all.
I think it's a really good razor ball, but you don't know what you want.
Yeah, but if I want to eat it, what do I do? I mean, I want to eat it. It's food, right?
No, rush dinner.
Have you met Troggin? Dumb as fuck. Yeah. You get a blanket, you get 2 planks of wood, and you can have more intelligent conversation with a plank of wood than you can with another Troggin. Trust me.
So, what you gonna do with the razor ball?
Yeah, little boy.
Okay, you wait as the razor ball slowly approaches you. As it gets close, it suddenly lets out a huge shriek and immediately starts charging Argus.
It wants a hug.
Remember, you're the alpha. Show it who's boss.
The razor ball immediately jumps up and starts striking and tearing right through your pouches.
Well,
Would you be leading him in this battle?
I'm wondering if he's playing with it.
Well, he needs a +1 to hit it.
I'll always be assisting, yeah.
That's terrible.
9.
That's 12 on the dice.
Oh, you're the other way.
It's 7.
Well, that's an interesting way to start.
So,
10 damage to 5.
as the poor innocent razor ball trying to pull off a bit of rotting rat meat that's stinking up the place, he takes a huge ogre fist right to the face, sending him flying right off. And all you hear is just a huge repeated shrieking and squealing as it rolls on the floor, scatters on its back to get back up, and then immediately starts running off.
Wow. Look at that headwind.
It didn't kill him. He punched him so hard the razor ball just ran.
come on, get on.
So I had a little pet there.
And the first thing you did was punch it in the face. Not just punch it, with double sixes on it.
Nice.
Right? It's your way of saying hello.
So that razor ball's gone because it just wanted a dead rat to eat. Also, you guys notice, he kind of stinks.
Like dead rats?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't have any magic to clean. You got any solvents? You know, bleaching or something?
He spent all his time on acid.
That'll clean
It's called still. No one will expect us because they don't.
We're not the Spanish Inquisition.
What?
If we don't smell like us, we smell like
We-
rat. Now
we
the
smell like-
rats are coming.
No,
And
your pungent stench is quite unique.
Okay, so you continue back on your trail, taking several hours to reach the fishing village. It's just a simple fishing village with like simple fencing, boardwalks that like jut out to huts, whatever. And it seems dealing mostly in fishing with all the nets and barrels of fish everywhere. Just speaking to a couple of people, they point you to Gabriel's hut, who immediately welcomes you, starts explaining some details.
Anything to get rid of the stinky old root.
Yeah, he asks the opera to leave because it's scaring the fish.
Yeah, fishy, 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 fishy. How you fish in open lands. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Surprisingly, you see dead fish jump out of a barrel and back into the ocean.
That's how you fish.
It's like attacking backwards.
See, now you've got the idea. Attack backwards.
Gabriel Moonscout starts explaining to you this. A couple of days ago, we've had some trouble with bulk truck pass with the river in Queensland, just not far off. And further up the river where we have a small fishing area, there's a small bridge, and usually the bulk trucks have just been kind of more, not exactly territorial, but not exactly a nuisance, but more of a rival. Sometimes we catch fish and sometimes they do, so they're more of an annoyance. But a couple of days ago, we saw a body just drifting down the river to the ocean.
Was it one of the 10 villages?
Yeah, it's one of our villages. Poor Jim.
What the gym?
And I determine cause of death.
No, we have, as far as we know, bulk trucks. They attacked him. He was by himself.
Those bulk trucks. We need to visit them. Pay them a visit.
Are there any current agreements with the bulk trucks?
No, we haven't had any discussions with them. That's why we hired mercenaries. They came around yesterday, but we didn't see him again.
Did you send them to talk with the bulk trucks or to fight with the bulk trucks?
We said figure out what happened, and find a solution. And he leads you to like another hut where you find poor Jim's body, loaded body.
Gross. And awesome. Let's see if we can assess what killed him.
He's dead. That's what killed you. Something killed
John Jarrah.
Can we bite a bit off and see if he tastes it?
No, you won't.
What's cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency
that's
code breaks.
Yeah. It's not looking that bad.
No.
So you want to do an investigation, intelligence?
Some medical related skill in this one. Medicine.
Yeah, medicine.
Medicine is very
Totally intelligence. So have a look.
12.
13.
I shall use my incredible knowledge on undead things and killing things. Yeah, I'll kill it.
I mean, you can't spend a big point to re-roll that.
I'm going to try and intimidate it.
But you did see a dead fish jump out of a barrel out the window into the ocean.
See? You never know.
It's not the intimidation, it's the stench. For God's sakes, man, have a bath.
Get rid of those rats!
You didn't say that last night for dinner.
Obvious sign of suffocation and drowning.
So he drowned.
Yes. And looking to the back, you do see bruises on the back of his neck.
Alright. So there's no obvious no obvious stabbing or anything.
No stab wounds.
Now these bruises on the back of the neck. Any idea of the size?
No, it looks like he was hit with something.
Oh,
Like something blown into the back of their head and then shoved underwater.
Or he fell in the water or unconscious.
So he can't breathe anymore. I have an eyewitness who sees this.
So it could have been not a bulk truck.
It was a
Yep.
truck.
it's
While he was held underwater.
if it was knocked out of the ground, it's fine.
Yeah.
You can drown in lots of ways.
Gabriel, did Tim have any enemies? Tim or
Jim.
Jim?
No, he was just an average guy.
Are you sure?
You better not be lying to me, boy.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that if he did.
Okay.
Is he lying?
It's
Is he
you,
lying? Are you
All
lying?
fishermen.
Are you lying? He's lying. You're lying, aren't you?
It's hypothetical. The boom.
It does have a boat, but it's still moored up.
Okay.
Are you lying?
And we don't take the boats up the river.
You're lying, aren't you? Tell the truth.
Marcus, go and buy.
He's lying.
Is Gabriel like a town sheriff, or is there a town sheriff?
No, it's more like the village leader, but there is no sheriff.
There's no lawkeeper?
No, really, just there are a couple of guards, but nothing too big.
So it looks like he was out on a fishing trip, and Something happened.
Oh, you're talking about Jim.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
No.
yeah, Jim is like that fishing book.
Alright, so I might just, casual wear the fisherman might happen to wear. He's actually dressed for business. Out there, play with his trade.
It's not going to go up unless I want it to go up.
Sometimes we all fish alone, sometimes we take someone. Depends how we're feeling that day.
If you guys are worried about bog trucks, why would you ever head up the river alone?
They've never attacked us before, so we just ignored them.
So let's head up the river and to see where these nets are. Does Jim have some coal in Jim's house?
No.
I was going to say Jim would make a donation, but
Church of Ironhead.
that's right.
For obvious things like stuff you take on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
It'll be there. It'll be gone.
It's kind of hard to tell because fishermen will have more than one fishing rod or any lures or
Yeah,
whatever.
on nets or whatever.
So I assume you got what you wanted here and you decided to head up river.
Mm-hmm.
You travel up the river for quite a bit of way before you do notice across the river it's like a kind of a small makeshift bridge. Obviously not for transportation, but just for
Look up.
a couple of fishing nets tied up on the bridge hanging over the end of the river with some being torn off or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, it's just the river seems really calm. The only other thing is the fishing rod just stuck into the ground.
I'm more interested in the bridge. I shall step out onto the bridge.
Are you sure?
I'm curious about the fishing line. Anything that makes it identifiable as someone's?
Or you see it getting gently tugged.
I'll get out of my armor, sorry.
Is there anyone around?
Get onto the bridge in my armor.
Okay, let's take one step at a time. You doing it once or?
First thing I'll be checking is there anyone around who can claim ownership of the rod? If
It's,
not, I look for identifying marks and then really
the only marks are repeated boot prints everywhere.
Pull my pistol out.
what sizes are.
There's something here.
Human
I
size.
can smell it.
Dead rats?
It's just from repeated use almost every day.
They smell like bacon.
Dead fish?
There is dead fish in there. It's possibly evil. Be aware there could be dead fish in here.
Could smell like open.
No, it's not open. I know I can smell it.
So yeah, it's not been open for a long time.
Pull in the line. See what
You pick up the fishing rod and start pulling it, but it doesn't seem to be moving.
Snag something.
Oh, come on, you big wiener.
No, you don't want to break the line.
Go for a swim. Just snag them.
Go in the water.
Any excuse to take a bath, right?
Do you know what fish do in water, especially zombie fish?
They have sex. Lots and lots of sex.
Exactly.
Something's pulling on the fishing rod.
Pretty strong one.
And
your armor.
it seems to be pulling you into the river unless you want to contest it or give up.
Is there a lot of line luck?
It's like going into the center of the river.
Yeah, you run almost out of the line. Otherwise. There's not much fishing line left.
I'll contest it.
Oh, give me a strength test. At first, it seems really taut, but you start pulling it along. Are you just pulling it or winding it in?
If I get enough slack, yeah, I'll take up the slack. Okay.
Yeah, you start winding it in. Whatever had a held on it seems to have gotten weaker. When suddenly the water bursts forth as a bog trog immediately bursts out of the river, holding one wire with his hand, holding a spear in another, and immediately throws it at you. But the spear is really poorly made, and it just bounces off the center chest plate.
Does he look hooked, or is he just...
He was holding it. So let's go for the bang.
15 hit.
16 hit.
Yep.
16 damage.
18 hit.
So the dwarf immediately just did a straight shot. Oberon quickly pulls out his hand cannon and blows, creating a huge hole in the chest as the creature shrieks and falls into the river. When suddenly the water starts vibrating, splashing, and suddenly bog trogs start emerging from the water and immediately charge and attack you.
Well, that's just rude, that is.
creature holds up a hand as glyphs appear around and starts drawing energy that like rises up and strikes it in its own eyes, leaving it slightly glowing.
With a mighty shriek, it points its staff forward, and the bog trogs start weaving through the water, converging on you.
John immediately pulls out something and throws it.
I'll just do a standing back.
An acid bomb?
Yeah.
Who are you targeting?
The one that's closest to the tank.
Really? Blue?
You want to try and...
I reckon black would be a better choice because you'll have 4 people hit.
Yeah.
14 hit.
Quickly pulling out a grenade and hurling it right into the ocean river. It explodes on one face of a bog trog, whose skin immediately rips and tears from the acid spraying over his friends.
I set my shield, so I go into that wall stance. Is it possible to, yell and draw attention to me, make it look very important?
I guess you want to do intimidation. Bang your shield. The mighty metal paladin bangs his shield and offers up a predator metal that seems to glisten the sunlight off his own armor.
When I'll probably check.
As the bog trog all draw their attention to the paladin and keep on charging, they go into a military rifle.
Yep.
Sacrifice quick action and movement for an extra bonus to hit.
Yep.
Who are you targeting?
Leader.
Unfortunately, you don't have line of sight to the leader.
Oh. Okay. The minion right in front of the leader.
Pink one?
Yeah.
Targeting.
That commie pinko.
The commie pinko.
Pinker.
Yeah, that's right there. So you tell me what you've got.
14. You need 14.
You've got +2 for sack your aim.
Yeah. So I need 7 of those.
Plus 1 for me.
6 on the dice.
Okay. To hit.
And +2 for aim.
Yep. To hit. And then it is 12 plus 8. That's 20.
Plus 1 to the right thing.
21. So minus 7, is it? Right.
Yeah, 14.
14.
They also have 14 health. Younger drops his hand cannon, pulls a military rifle, steadies himself and fires at a bog trog, putting one right between the eyes.
Excellent! So, at the beginning of my turn, as a free action, I'm going to cast
So that is the
my armor, and I'll use my free action to reload my hand cannon.
Pulls out his hand cannon, aims, fires a single shot.
14 to hit.
Surprisingly, as you aim your cannon and shoot, the glowing eyes immediately flash as the bog trog ducks under and dives under the water as the shot flies right through and stands back up. But you do notice the eyes aren't glowing anymore.
Well, see, once he expended his spell,
Okay, let's see who melts to death. Takes D3 damage. 2 more points. The black one, let's see if this kills him. Black one seems really hurt, seems to be standing back, diving out of the way. Got 1 health left, so he's like fucking blue. That goes out. Green. Blue immediately charges. Bog trog, unless I get double ones, into charge, so it's boosted with a spear. It's power 11, so -9. 4 points to column 4. The blue bog trog rushes forward and manages to pierce right through your shield, stabbing you in the chest.
Very touch armor from me.
Yeah. Well, at 20 armor and he still did damage.
Nice!
Charge. Red guy charges. Ooh, you almost missed. -9. Just piercing through your chainmail. White charges forward, stabbing you right between 2 bog trogs. 1 point damage to column 3. Worried there, rolled a 6 and a 3. I was like, oh crap. But no one else can reach you at the moment. I forgot these guys have gang. Someone with gang gets +1 on attack and damage rolls when they're attacking someone who's being attacked by a friendly. Both of them have gang, it's +2. This bog trog charges forward to the Ogren. Oh, he charges the mighty Ogren, who immediately packs up and takes 2 points of damage to column 6. This trooper, 2 injured, removes himself from combat, but he might die. He's still on corrosion. This one can only just rush forward. This one charges the mighty metal man, 8 points to column 3, per 1 combat. And the last Voltron can only just rush forward as they all meet you on the cross line. You rotate back around, the leader holds up the hand, the same glyphs appears around their hand. The energy is drained right into the eyes glow. and continues barking at the bog trogs.
Yeah, I was thinking of throwing a knife.
As the bog trog jumps on and starts trying to stab the Menoch Paladin, you see a knife smacked him in the side of the head as his body limps off and falls off. Smacks right onto the very ground in front of you. Throwing another knife at Green.
So 7 damage.
Nice. How much health he had. Another knife flies spinning through the air and stabs the bog trog in the face as acid and blood pours over and he falls down, piercing his own brain again. The mighty paladin, annoyed at all the damage he's taken, merely steps forward and starts swinging from his mighty stance.
Yes, I shall maintain my stance, and I'll take a swing at...
But you can't spend a feat point to reroll that. Holding up the horns of bog trog, he swings his mighty sword. Swinging, stabbing right through his armor, it shatters, or his makeshift armor, as he screams and cries. The mighty Ogren.
Alright. Rifle butt in the face.
Yep, swings his military rifle, swings it right at the bog trog.
And the second attack.
Bog trog charges the Ogren. The Ogren starts poking him with his own rifle, and bog trog just ducks under it and laughs at him in gargled water. Nathan sees the trouble his Ogren is in, decides to step forward and help.
I maintain my... Oh, sorry, I'll keep my spell first. I'll quick action reload my gun. Oh, parry. Then shoot him.
Quickly shakes his cannon at the bog trog, who immediately backs up and steps back and then fires his cannon for real.
Critical.
And get a feat point back.
Nice. That definitely hits. That's way more than I needed.
Go for broke. Scare him off with your cannon and then show for real. His head explodes.
Boom! Take that. No more.
Anything else?
That's all I can do. He died.
You'll notice in the corner of your eye a bog trog bobbing up on the river and floating down the river. Body melting. Heavily injured and hurt, Red Guy immediately turns and jumps into the river. The paladin sees him escaping and swings his axe sword to try and kill him.
Swing that axe.
And +2 because he's running away. And since he's disengaging, it's an extra damage dice.
Exactly what I did was possible.
Armor 7, he's got 1 hull. Well, the bog trog turns around and attempts to swim away when a huge sword pierces right through its ribcage from behind. And its entire body splits in half.
The other might have been off!
The white bog trog jumps forward and attempts to attack the mighty paladin for being such a dick.
Yeah, dick.
Hey, I put extra points in the dick. How paladins need it.
Doing 6 points of damage to column 4. And a spite revenge. So you can spend the harvest. Tricky. This bog trog attempts to finish off pathetic Menoch Paladin. Jumps forward and attempts to stab. Spear shatters against his shield and crumbles in his own hands. Purple bog trog stabs the angry Ogren. 5 points to column 5. Always spend a feat point to cut that in half. Looking past what seems like the leader, he's looking back and forth as its numbers are like shattered to a third of its strength. It just dives right under the water and disappears.
He's retreating.
John, noticing that the leader has escaped, decides to start cleaning up first.
Starting with the nearest to me.
The white bog trog,
If 12 and die.
-7, so 9 damage. Another blade snaps into the chest, reaches up to try and pull it out when you can see a drop of blood and acid.
And the one second attack over the one attacking the Menoch French.
Orange bog trog.
Yeah, I hit.
Pulls out another dagger and hurls it and snaps right into the knee as it comes down in pain. The mighty Menoch steps forward and got 3 health left.
Oh, whatever.
Comes down in pain trying to pull out the dagger when its sword cleaves the entire head off and dies instantly. Okay, Rob, end the fight.
Rifle.
Again.
Stop.
And your second attack?
No, I didn't hit this time.
Not that total damage.
Damage. So,
Bite him in the head, his head caves in, but it's still standing. Pulls out his cannon, fires, and shatters the entire skull.
So, Rob, if you wade into that water, you'll create a miasma that might flush out the...
Was that your seat?
especially now that you got bog trot's blood on your boot.
They got any loot?
All you can find is crudely made spears that, if they're not already broken, look like they barely hold together. The only one who actually tried to run away, came bobbing up later, eh?
Didn't survive his acid trip. I'll take 15 minutes to recover first, eh? Hey?
Where do you think the boss went?
I went for rock back and
You're trying to wait him out and see if you can hold his breath.
Well, I used the
Oh,
point to
so
do
well, okay. Yeah, so we wait 15 minutes.
We're gonna stumble across this bridge or what?
All you can see is pieces of bog trog and one dead bog trog caught in its own in the fish nets that they're all trying to get pushed down the river.
Get my rifle. Pick up.
You got any explosives? We won't be able to fish for them.
Well, you all take a moment to rest while surveying the river and seem to have calmed down once more, barely see any movement aside from what you assume is fish.
What do I know about bog trucks?
They swim in water.
Oh,
They live in bogs.
I heard those. They live on land, are they amphibious? Are they actually aquatic?
Yeah, they're quite amphibious.
They're watery ones.
But do they live underwater or above the ground?
Both.
In water.
So they can breathe water.
Yeah.
Well, we've got fishing rod. Let's
It's all what's left of the...
let's do a cast. I'm gonna do a cast.
Yep.
And make it fire and burn them, I suppose.
Yep.
And then... let's see if we can't figure out where these guys came from.
Yeah, I wonder if he must have gone down the river.
Down the river is back towards the town.
Oh,
Back
Upstream.
Yeah. Town's this way. You don't know where they came from.
But they might have some sort of cave there or something.
gonna say
Our
some.
village.
Water, hey.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. Yes, whatever. Well, let's head back to town then and let the guys know if it...
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to track it. It's swimming. Unless you can, like...
Can you track a falcon on a cloudy day?
Yes. That's why I have Robin. He does that.
So you'll pack up. There's nothing to loot, unfortunately.
We'd never bring that, like, mementos or something, like Bob Troggins or something.
Some of them have, like, decorative shells or plans or whatever.
So shiny!
We'll take those as proof of death. I don't want to take bits of Bob Troggins, that's just gross.
Well, they're all burning. So you all head back to town where you meet
You should try eel cow.
Gabriel.
Eel cow, that's a delicacy.
Yeah. So what happened?
Well, we came, we saw, we gathered
Kicked
that
its
fish
ass.
inside, we voted most of the drive.
There was fishing up there. We would have brought that back. Does he recognise it?
You go, yeah, it looks like Jim's.
Well, yeah, Jim would be very really fishing it.
What for? Can't we keep it? It's our fishing right now, isn't it?
Either we probably won't hear from him again if that was all that was remaining.
Yeah, I don't think the lady's going to be too fucked up. How'd your squad go? All dead. Give it up.
We could try and hunt him down.
So it was the Bob Truck who attacked Jim.
Well, we're not certain, but they were definitely quite aggressive when we were there.
Well, he attacked us. And I shot one of them in the face.
Well, they attacked you, then they got what coming to them.
It certainly did.
Yeah.
We're all dead now. How big's the tribe?
9, 10. Or it's at least they're fighting.
One now.
I'm sure I speak for everyone in town. We thank you for your services. What was your company name again?
Plan B.
If we ever have trouble in the future, we'll make sure to contact you directly.
Fantastic.
Make your plan.
Now, originally the deal was for 200, but it became a problem when they attacked back. So I think the correct amount would be 500.
Fantastic.
And don't worry about them Crimson Shield horse
They didn't make the contract, wasn't it?
buggers.
They didn't even return to us, so
They're not worth your
No,
time.
they were just scared in the area.
with your business concluded, you'll pack up and return back. Standard commends you for brave actions and gives you a cut of 10%.
Here's
50 gold each.
Hang on, here's the 450 gold.
I reckon it was pocket regular.
We're going down the pub, aren't we?
You're going to the pub.
I gotta stand
50 gold for us to have spent at the pub. I think we earned this.
You do own your percent.
No, the drinks on top. It's all part of it.
You gotta beg your Santa for that.
Yeah, the contract
No.
was for 200.
None of I. Yeah, we were already getting a bonus. We already getting an extra 30 gold more than you're supposed to.
Give me 30 gold more.
You only worth up 20.
The Brave Plan B company will retreat and retire for the evening, unaware of what may be coming in the future after their second successful week as a mercenary company.
We fight backwards.
Partial.
That's the motto. Plan B. We fight backwards. Call it there. Everyone gets 1 XP, except the Paladin gets 2. Because he did his job, and the Alchemist gets 2. Because he actually took out more. He got more kills than everyone else. And he got an indirect kill. In case anyone's interested, do you want to see what the other steps were for each of the 3 missions?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you did the Thieves one first, so you know what that is. You did Thieves second, that would actually be hunkered down, all the equipment will be out, and you'll be running into a gun nest, including a Gatling gun.
Oh, sweet.
Probably charged right into that.
Yeah. And would have taken it apart and then used it.
Okay, mate.
And if you did them third, they would have actually sold all their equipment, they would actually be less equipped, they'll be easier to take out, but you would have gotten less reward for it because you were meant to find the equipment and return it. For the Drake, you would just walk in, just take them all out, walk out, nothing. You did them second, and if you did them third, they would have actually had explosions on.
We got explosives! Woo!
Damn, should have gone from second to last.
For the bog drops, if you spoke to them first, you would found out what happened to the man, and you could have actually avoided combat altogether and won through diplomacy.
Terrible idea.
You would have found out what happened to the man.
You're funny.
And if you did them second, the rival mercenaries would be with you, and they would actually have you making it a lot harder and would be interfering and might most likely would have started a fight regardless.
No. It wasn't. There was no if. It would have been you're in my way. Smack.
Yeah. Rob wants to negotiate like American troops.
How you negotiate? Well, over.